EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
47.
Second down, Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. 7 yards there and a first down. The Cowboys at 7-5 now in the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Slot man moves right.
Go to 54, go to 54. Hey, kill. 47.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Been able to get it up past the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Powers through. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You look at this Cowboy defense. There. Some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. so that short gain on first down quickly negated. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Devontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Fielded just inside the 20. Call in a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Here's Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. Call it a gain of a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. Fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Rodgers to return it. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hurts on the option right. Past the 20. 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 49 yards. And the Eagles put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Prescott down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They're on 47-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
Great.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Giovanni Ricci, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14. Cowboys, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Rodgers on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a first down. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. From the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Here we go, 46. Hey, 47. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. He's got it inside the 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Hey, here we go.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
26.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Prescott. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. They'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They'll throw now on the final play. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
No touch that.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, Swift. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
37-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. And he'll get it here on the end around. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Prescott off play action. Rolling to his right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Prescott to throw it. This is caught. It's close. And they move this all the way down to the 9. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. They'll run with Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, 47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here we go, 46.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that pickup of a 1st down, That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They run the option on second down. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Hurts. Take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Hey, kill!
Second down, Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Giovanni Ricci with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Cowboys 14. Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. So a 2nd NFL interception for him, and he is looking the part here in year 1.
And normally, partner, you talk about cornerbacks and safeties being the ball hawk type of guys, and they always will be because they'll get more opportunities. But this young man has potential to be a ball hawk from the linebacker position. I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was, and he'll stay on the field on most downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they take a knee.
Don't touch that.
And they will take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
On play action, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he He's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.